DarthEasy Nation, and welcome another year of video collected, movie collected. I did this last year and said this might be a yearly tradition, and guess what? I was right, because if you do it more than 1 year, it becomes a yearly tradition. So this is a video where I go through all my Blu-rays and just say this is what I got. I've added a bunch of movies to this collection, and unfortunately, we're getting right into an era where you're probably never going to be able to collect these. Like, one of my favorite things to do every November, Black Friday, is to order a bunch of movies off of Best Buy. Well, in 2024, I will no longer be able to do that because Best Buy decides, we're not doing physical media anymore for movies. You can get them digitally, and that's good enough for us. And I'm like, rude? I love physical media. I mean, this is the one way you have it forever. And, like, gaming for wise, I might do a gaming collection video too after I get done with this one. Depends how tired I get. But I love physical media. Physical media is one of my favorite things in the world. And it makes me sad that the next video game generation, none of the games will be on physical. So that makes me very, very sad. And very sad. But that's not about this. But I will be putting in the video, and I want y'all to share this. It says hashtag long live physical media. And with that being said, let us begin this epic Blu-ray collection video. Alright, so first movie on my collection is Star Wars. This is the original trilogy on Blu-ray. This is a movie series I definitely need to upgrade to 4K. But this is like one of the first few movies I bought on 4K. But it's New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Really cool stuff. One of my favorite movies of all time, obviously. People know that. Next, I have the second season of Star Wars Rebels. I need to complete this collection because I want to own all Star Wars content, physical media style. I mean, just because I'm just that kind of guy. But yeah, Rebels Season 2 was definitely the high of the series, but I really enjoyed that series. Next is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man No Way Home. This is a movie this is a new addition to the Blu-ray collection video. Yeah, No Way Home's awesome. I mean, this was like the Avengers Spider-Man, and really the last good thing that came from the MCU. So yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home is definitely worth you watching. Next, I have a bunch of Star Trek movies. First, I have Star Trek The Undiscovered Country. This is a great Star Trek movie. Actually, one of my favorite of the original cast. Very, very, very good. It might be better than Rafikon, but Rafikon's still pretty good. I have Rafikon, but I let someone borrow it, and I still haven't got it back yet, so I might have to update that collection. But yeah, Rafikon's awesome. Next is my only Star Trek Next Generation film I own, and for a long time, this was really the only good thing I like of Next Generation. I have watched this since, but First Contact is very, very good. Next, I have the Star Trek collection of the J.J. Abrams. We have Star Trek, the 2009 film, which is very good. Star Trek Into Darkness was good. I like it better. I don't like it as much as I've watched it recently. And then finally, I have Star Trek Beyond. Star Trek Beyond was just okay. And to complete the Star Wars movies, well, other than some of the other stuff, is Star Wars the prequel series. You have Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. Love these movies. They've gotten better over time. Next, we got Chronicles of Narnia. Chronicles of Narnia, good movie. Really enjoyed this one. Very, very Disney-like, but it has it's an easy watch. This is a movie I haven't seen. It's Chronicle. It's a movie I definitely need to see. Josh Trank. It's got superhero-ness in there. It's definitely one I need to watch. Central Intelligence. This is a movie starring The Rock and Kevin Hart. Funny movie. Loved it in theaters. I've seen the movie a few times. I don't think I've watched the movie on Blu-ray, but I do really like that movie. This is another movie I have not seen, and that is Casino. This is Marty Scorsese, De Niro, Joe Pesci. I mean, this was De Niro's and Scorsese's last movie until they made Irishman. I think I would like this movie. I just haven't got around to watching it yet. This is a movie I just picked up on 4K, and that is Casablanca. It's still in the wrapper, so it means I haven't watched it. Usually, if I don't watch the movie I usually don't take it out of the wrapper until I've actually seen the movie. I've already owned Casablanca, but I let someone borrow it, and so I guess he can have it now. But now I own it on 4K because I absolutely love this movie. It's definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. Next, I had The Matrix. It's a movie that really changed the way action movies are made, and absolutely loved that for that. Minority Report. This is a movie I just did a review on this year, I believe, on my classic movie review playlist, and I love Minority Report. I think it's a great movie. Really cool sci-fi. Steven Spielberg, very, very good. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Next, I'm going to my Mission Impossible movies. I got Mission Impossible 3. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, and Mission Impossible Fallout. I don't have the new Mission Impossible. I don't even think it's out yet, but I probably won't buy it until next Black Friday, hopefully. I like these movies. They really redefine the Mission Impossible series. And yeah, all of them are fun. It's just fun watching Tom Cruise do absolutely crazy things. Next, I have Zero Dark 30. Zero Dark 30 is an epically awesome movie. It really tells a great story about the hunt for Bin Laden, and really directed great by Catherine Bigelow, and also Jessica Chastain was really good in the movie. Should have got some Oscar buzz around her. She was great. This is actually one of my favorite sports movies, and that is Moneyball. Moneyball is absolutely terrific. I really enjoy it. Brad Pitt's great. I've seen this movie multiple times, and I plan to watch it multiple more. I believe it was in my top 100 movies when I did that video, and I stand by that. I would put it in there again. This is a movie I've watched recently, and, well, I say recently, but it's maybe been a minute, but that's The Descendants. George Clooney. This is a movie that really shined Shailene Woodley. I don't know who directs it. I don't think Clooney directs it, because it's too well of a good movie directed by George Clooney. Yeah, it's Alexander Payne, so definitely not him. Next, I have The Departed. The Departed is such a good Marty Scorsese movie. Great DiCaprio, great Jack Nicholson, he's great. Matt Damon, them trying to figure out who's going to be in it. And also, Marky Mark is in there. He's good. I'm not a fucking cop. Next, I have Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's a guilty pleasure for sure. It's fun. It's dumb. It's easy to watch, but it's very simple. They're married. They don't know that they're after each other. Very cat and mouse. Very fun movie. Next, I have the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, my favorite of the Planet of the Apes series. I'm looking forward to next year seeing the new Planet of the Apes movies. I'm hoping they continue off of the great things that we saw in the Planet of the Apes trilogy by Matt Reeves. But Dawn was incredibly good. Next, I have Mr. and Smith Go to Washington. I love this movie. It's a Frank Capra movie, which, Jimmy Stewart, who's one of my favorite classic Hollywood actors. Great movie. Really is, just like a lot of other Jimmy Stewart movies, really holds true to what's going on in today's society. So yeah, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is great. Next, I have the first season of My Hero Academia. This is something that I found. It wasn't that bad price. Love the show. I don't know how much longer it's going to go. I think one more season, but I really love the show, and Go Beyond plus Ultra. Next, I believe I just recently got this movie. I think I got it this year, and that was Neighbors. Neighbors is a great movie. Very funny. Zac Efron, Seth Rogen. Very funny. Very hilarious. Rose Byrne is also really good in this movie as well. This is a anime series I own, and that is Neon Genesis Evangelion. I have never seen this movie. This is a movie I got for my brother for Christmas a few years ago. I still haven't watched it, but he told me I need to watch this, so I'm going to watch it one day. Alright, let's see. Next, I have the two Dark Knight movies. I also have Batman Begins. I'll talk about it when I get there. Well, we have The Dark Knight, which is an absolutely masterpiece superhero movie. Actually, one of my favorite movies of all time. Heath Ledger's Joker is absolutely incredible. And then I have The Dark Knight Rises. Not as good as The Dark Knight or Batman Begins, but still a fun movie. Bane, he's like, I mean, I love those movies. This is a movie I've watched, but I haven't finished it, and that was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, a martial arts movie that I should probably watch because I like that kind of stuff. And so maybe I'll watch that. I'll hope maybe 2024. Next, I have two of the Creed movies. I believe I have Creed. I don't have Creed 3 yet. I should have bought that movie during Black Friday, but I didn't. But yeah, Creed, which was my favorite movie of 2015. I say that for a reason, for a YouTuber I often collaborate with. And Creed 2, not as good as Creed 1, but still a very enjoyable movie. Okay, next I have Crazy Stupid Love. I absolutely think this movie is absolutely terrific. It's just enjoyable. It's just a great movie. It's a good rom-com, and I'm not the biggest rom-com guy, but I do enjoy this one. Next, I have part of my Cowboy Bebop series. I got the anime. I believe I picked this up a few years ago on Blu-ray at Walmart. It was such a good price. I couldn't keep it away. Such a great anime. If you've not checked it out, if you just watched the Netflix series, I recommend checking out the anime. The anime is great. And I also have Cowboy Bebop the movie. I actually owned this before I owned the series. And the movie is good too. It's just another cool adventure of the Cowboy Bebop series. Next, I have Cloverfield. This is a movie I watched, I believe, this year. If not, I watched it at the end of last year. Cloverfield's great. I mean, this is a Matt Reeves movie. I really like that guy as a director. I've never moved two movies on this collection that I own by him. But this was a movie that really kind of redefined monster movies. It was also produced by J.J. Abrams. So, Bad Robot. Good movie. Really cool monster movie. If you like Jake Gyllenhaal, this is the movie you need to watch. Nightcrawler was great. Jake Gyllenhaal it just really shows what people will do to make a buck. Doesn't matter if it's putting people's lives in danger. Nightcrawler is great. Check it out if you have not checked it out, because Jake Gyllenhaal was brought an Oscar that he never even got nominated for, which was a shame. Another Star Trek movie, Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. This is a very, very good Star Trek movie. Not my favorite movie, but it's very fun. I mean, they go to space. They go back in time to save the whales. I mean, it's a whale movie, but it's actually better than what I describe it as. Next, we have Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This was, I believe, the second mainstream Steven Spielberg movie after Jaws. This movie kind of helped sci-fi move on to the next direction. It's not my favorite sci-fi movie ever, but it's still pretty good. Next, I got Stand By Me. Stand By Me is the come-of-age film which is a Stephen King story. It's like The Goonies, but a lot better. And it's very good. I highly recommend checking it out if you've not seen Stand By Me. I haven't watched the Blu-ray, obviously, because you can still see it's in this plastic, but still very good. Next, I have Spy. Spy is a very funny Melissa McCarthy movie directed by Paul Feig. Not my favorite director in the world, but it's still very funny, and it makes fun of a lot of these spy movies I love, but it's very good, and Melissa McCarthy actually can kick some ass when she wants to. Next, I have a Blu-ray doubleheader. One is No Country for Old Men, which is a movie I just recently watched. This is actually one of the first Blu-rays I'm owning. It's just a movie that I should have watched beforehand, but I just never did, so I really like it. Also, I have Gone, Baby Gone. This is a Ben Affleck director debut starring Casey Affleck, and it's just a movie that you should watch and have a conversation with people that, what would you do in that situation? Next, I have one of my favorites Alfred Hitchcock movies, and that is North by Northwest. Cary Grant is such good in this movie. It's a great spy movie. It really puts you on edge the entire time. It's just so well directed, so well acted. I mean, the Mount Rushmore scene alone is like one of the coolest uses of American historical used as a prop in movie history. It's such a good one. Next, I have Split. This is we didn't know at the time, but it's a sequel to the Unbreakable movie, which I really love. I don't know if I own that or not. I can't remember. I got so many movies. But yeah, Split is great. M. Night Shyamalan made his comeback. He's kind of in the downhill again, but he always swings for the fences. Does he always get it? No, but he tries. Next, I have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I love this movie. The second one was good too, but this one is Very, very enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to see the third one. But Into the Spider-Verse is great. I mean, the animation alone is like, holy crap. I'm not the biggest animation guy, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is amazing. Next, I have The Road Warrior. The Road Warrior, this is the second Mad Max movie. I own the Mad Max collection too, but Road Warrior was great. I mean, it was a cool action movie for its time. It's not my favorite Mad Max movie. I like Fury Road a little more, but yeah. Next, I have Your Name. This movie is it's a body swapping movie. It's an anime film. It's such a good movie. I absolutely love this movie. I watched this movie quite a bit, and I don't really have any regrets over that. Next, I have X-Men Apocalypse. X-Men Apocalypse is not my favorite X-Men movie, but it's still better than the last one that came out, which I haven't seen. And I think I just picked it up because it was pretty cheap. So yeah, I mean, X-Men Apocalypse is fine. It's just, I wish Apocalypse is such a cool character. I hope we get to see a good version of Apocalypse one day. So we have Superbad. This is a movie that I just tried to rewatch. And the person I was watching with hated the movie, so we only made 20 minutes into the movie, but I still really enjoyed the movie. Joker, this is a comic book movie that stars Joaquin Phoenix, kind of interprets the Joker in a different kind of perspective. Really enjoyed the movie. I think Joaquin Phoenix does a great job. Deserves the Oscar that he got. Finally got that Oscar he's been hunting for, and Joker is very, very good film. Next, I have Deadpool. Deadpool, I mean, this was a movie that took a lot of work to get made, and when it finally got made, it delivered like everyone that read the comics, knew the story material, knew it would. Yeah, Deadpool's great. Ryan Reynolds is great in that movie. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, this movie is awesome. I mean, this is a movie that really revived the Planet of the Apes series and really took it into a new direction. I mean, I think it's not a home run. I think it's about a double, but you need a double in order to hit a home run in the next movie. So this is a great setup for the second one that would come to be. And hopefully with the next few Planet of the Apes, we continue. Next, I have Reservoir Dogs. This was the first movie directed by this is the first movie directed by Quentin Tarantino. I absolutely love Reservoir Dogs. It's very simple. It's very easy. It's very cheaply made. But without Reservoir Dogs, you don't get Pulp Fiction. Next, I have Rocky. I mean, Rocky, the greatest sports movie ever made. Without this movie, you don't get Rambo. I mean, this is the movie that made Sylvester Stallone. I mean, he won an Oscar for it. So, yeah, Rocky's awesome. I mean, I'm on, Adrian! I love you! And, I mean, the whole Rocky series is fun. Alright, next, I got Happy Death Day. Happy Death Day it's Groundhog's Day mixed horror. Basically, the girl keeps getting killed over and over again. It's very funny at times, and very horrifying at times, but it's very, very fun, and it's a Blumhouse horror movie, so those are great. Next, I have Hacksaw Ridge. This is a World War II movie about Desmond Doss. Good movie. Andrew Garfield robbed an Oscar for this movie and Silence. I think he's both good in both of those movies. Guardians of the Galaxy, my favorite Guardians movie. I think the movie is great. The group of characters are good. I really love that movie. Next, I have Green Book. Green Book is a movie with the guy that played Aragorn, Viggo Mortensen, and Mahershala Ali. Just look at the Blu-ray. But yeah, this movie's great. The camaraderie between these two characters are absolutely terrific. Yeah, Green Book's good. If you haven't seen Green Book, it's a good one. Goosebumps. It's not my favorite movie, but I also got it pretty cheap, and I don't think I've ever rewatched it. I don't know if I ever will, but it's cool because I remember Goosebumps back when I was a kid. Goodfellas. I mean, this is a defining film. It's movies. I have the movie on my wall at home, and it's a great mob movie. It's not The Godfather, but it's still really good. Goodfellas is great. Next, I have Now You See Me. Now You See Me. It's good. It's not the best movie ever, but it also kind of gets ruined by the second one. And I think they're making a third one. Why? I don't know. Ocean's 11, great crime heist movie. Matt Damon, George Clooney. I mean, this is a great, great movie. And Brad Pitt. I mean, great heist movie. Love those kind of things. Good Morning Vietnam. This movie's great. Great Robin Williams. Some of the funniest things you see, and it movie hits at a heart too that a lot of comedies don't ever hit at. So that was a good one. Next, I have The Other Guys. One of my favorite Will Ferrell movies. I mean, this is so funny. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. Where'd you want to drive like that? Grand Theft Auto. Gone with the Wind is one of the most classic films you'll ever see. It's very long. The movie still has an intermission in it. And it's such a good movie. I mean, Clark Gable is such a... you understand why he was such a force in Hollywood for the limited time he was in it. Gone Girl, this is the first movie I've talked about that's on my David Fincher collection. But yeah, Gone Girl is great. I absolutely love it. It's a movie that you should watch. Brad Pitt's good. And sometimes the woman isn't always right. That's all I'll say if you've not seen the movie. Next, I have a few James Bond movies. I have Goldfinger. Goldfinger's really, really good movie. Really, really classic Bond. Really kind of shows you like what the James Bond series is all about. It's actually probably my favorite Sean Connery James Bond movie. And next I have GoldenEye. I actually remember the video game more on the N64 than I actually remember the movie. But it's one that I definitely want to watch again. And also I think Sean Bean's a villain. He probably gets killed because it's Sean Bean. Next I have Pale Rider. I'm not the biggest fan of this movie. I picked it up because, yeah, it's Clint Eastwood Western. He directed it, but I like some of his other stuff better. I have Godzilla. This is the 2014 Godzilla. Not the best movie just because you don't see a lot of Godzilla, but it's still enjoyable. Next, I have Fury. Fury, this is a tank movie where they're all in a tank in World War II. Not based off any historical event, more based off of stories of tankers during World War II. Good movie. This is a movie I started, didn't finish. I don't know why, but this is a movie I need to finish. It's Frost Nixon, which is the story around Richard Nixon, and it's a Ron Howard movie. I hear it's really good, and I don't know why I haven't watched it. I love stuff like that. Another James Bond movie is, and this one's in plastic, and that's From Russia with Love. I have seen From Russia with Love. It's a very good James Bond movie. I want to own all the James Bond movies. That's something I want to seek out, but I have to get to it eventually. Next, I have both Footloose. I have the original with Kevin Bacon. My one great movie. I love it. And I also have the remake. The remake's not bad, which is very surprising because it's Footloose. You would think a remake of it would be horrible, but the remake is actually pretty good. I don't want to think gay, because let's make some original stories, Hollywood. Next, I have Sicario. I actually just rewatched this movie. And I have to say, this was just as good the first time I watched it. It hits you. It's very cold. It's very calculating. And yeah, if you haven't seen, yeah, that's a good movie. Another series, and that is Firefly, the very short-lived series by Whedon, by Josh Whedon. Very good movie. Malcolm Reynolds. I mean, this just should have been one of the best sci-fi series ever made. It was short-lived because Fox is stupid. Next, we have Patriots Day, the horrific story about the Boston Marathon bombing made by Peter Berg. Matt Damon's in it. Not Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg's in it. Good movie. I really like it. Ferris Bueller Day Off. This is probably one of those movies that I quote a lot. I mean, Bueller, wash. I think Ferris Bueller's Day Off is absolutely amazing and very quotable, and sometimes you just need to take a day off. Another David Fincher movie, and this was a movie that if I hadn't seen this movie I would not be doing this YouTube channel, and that is Fight Club. Fight Club, just I saw the twist and then I was just like, what? And then it made me like reevaluate movies and everything. So without this movie you wouldn't be seeing DarthEasy on your YouTube screen right now. So yeah, Fight Club, it's great. Check it out. Next, I have another collection, and that is The Godfather, that has all three Godfather movies. Godfather Part 1, Godfather Part 1, Godfather Part 2, and Godfather Part 3. I've actually never seen Godfather Part 3 because I've always been told skip it. It's not that good, but, maybe I'll watch it one day. And I've also got some supplementals, which is just some bonus features. I love Godfather 1 and Godfather 2. I like Godfather 1 better. I know that's not a popular decision, but I think Godfather Part 1's great. Next, I have Patton. This is a movie that was actually written by Francis Ford Coppola and George C. Scott. This is a movie that all biopics should look over. Like, I wish this is how Ridley Scott would have done Napoleon, because Patton was absolutely great and groundbreaking at that time and really changed the way how biopics were made. Next, I have the original Pirates of the Caribbean. In my mind, the only Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Fun movie. Jack Sparrow, such a cool character. Johnny Depp really does a great job. I really like that movie. Next, I have the original Planet of the Apes. I don't think I've ever seen this movie. It's a movie that I would definitely watch again. I mean, I think I've seen the movie. I might have seen it with my brother, but I can't remember. But yeah, Planet of the Apes. I mean, it's. I mean, the twist. I mean, you blew it up. Next, I got Platoon. Platoon is such a good movie that I have not seen. I've heard it's so good. Sorry, I can't lie. I can't lie to you, Easy Nation. But yeah, Platoon. This is a movie I got from Christmas a couple of years ago from my brother, and he says this is the one you have to watch. I'm like, okay. I'll check it out. The Post is a movie about I can't remember what the movie is about. It's a news movie that has Meryl Streep in it, directed by Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks. It's good. Check it out. It's great. Check out my review if you want more information. Next, I have the Power Ranger movie, the one that came out a few years ago. It's sad that we'll never see a sequel to this movie because this movie was actually pretty good. Next, I have Arnold Schwarzenegger's Predator. Come on. What are you doing? Come on. Come on. Run. Get to the chopper. Come on. Yeah, Predator's fun. It's very enjoyable. I really enjoy it. The Prestige is it's another Christopher Nolan movie. Love Christopher Nolan. This is not my favorite Christopher Nolan movie, but it's still a damn good movie. Next, I have The Princess Bride. This is a movie that I absolutely love. I mean, the story. I mean, it's very quotable. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. I mean, it's such a good one. Next, I have Pulp Fiction, the Quentin Tarantino essential movie. This is the movie. If no other movie is famous for him, it's this movie. Yeah, Pulp Fiction is absolutely incredible. Check it out if you've never seen it. I mean, you will know my name is the Lord when you lay my vengeance upon thee. Next, I have both Quiet Place Part 1 and Quiet Place Part 2. Great movies. Would watch Part 3 if they make it. Next, I have Red vs. Blue Season 10. I think I saw this at a store that I absolutely I love because they have all kinds of benches of movies. And Red vs. Blue is very enjoyable. I like the series. I think it's ending this year, so that's kind of sad, but it's fine. Shawshank Redemption is such a good movie. Great prison movie. A great story about hope. He said, hope is a good thing. Hope is the best thing, and it's something worth keeping alive. It's such a good movie. Next, I have Shazam. I actually haven't watched the new Shazam, but I do like the Blu-ray because if you look at it, it's a holographic, so you'll look like the little kids Shazam. Then, ha-ha, Zachary Levi. Alright, next I have the Sherlock Holmes movies that's directed by Guy Ritchie, starring Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. Both movies are great. I like the first one better, but the second one was a lot of fun. I think they're making a third one, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Silver Linings Playbook was a movie that really, for me, was the Jennifer Lawrence, like, hey, watch out, because she's good. And she is good in this movie, and also Bradley Cooper. The movie does a lot of good stuff about mental health awareness and what people actually go through, and I think it's a good movie. Slumdog Millionaire is a great movie. It's a beautiful movie. I believe this movie is a Danny Boyle film, but yeah, I mean, it's such a good one. Next, I have the Steelbook of Solo: A Star Wars Story. You know what? I've been doing a Star Wars watch all year, and Solo is actually pretty good. I would totally watch another Solo movie or a Solo series. Give me that, Lucasfilm. Next, I have Spartacus. This is a movie made by Kirk Douglas, which was I believe it was directed by Stanley Kubrick, which is really weird because it doesn't feel like a Kubrick film, but it is a good movie. Next, I have, I'm going through some Spider-Man movies. I have the original Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire and directed by, I forget who it's directed by, but, you know, his, and Spider-Man 2. Both of these movies are absolutely fun and enjoyable, and without them, you wouldn't see a lot of movies today. Next, I have Spider-Man Homecoming. This is the movie that introduced second movie to introduce Spider-Man to the MCU, so I really enjoy Spider-Man Homecoming. It's a good one. Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. This is my steelbook of it. I love this steelbook. I love steelbooks. Whenever I see them, it's hard because I don't always want to buy movies in 4K, and this is a good one. Okay. Next, I have Rocky 4. Rocky 4 is a great boxing and sports movie. I mean, he goes to Russia to fight Ivan Drago. He kills Apollo Creed. I mean, come on. It's time for some vengeance. Rocky Balboa, this was a movie that was a lot better than what it should have been because it was about Rocky's last fight before he basically can't fight anymore. It's a good one. Defeat that monster, as they say. Sabrina, this is a movie that stars Humphrey Bogart and Audrey Hepburn. Great movie. Audrey Hepburn is such a force. Love that movie. Very good romance, and yeah, good. Next is The School of Rock. Jack Black, directed by Richard Linklater. Fun movie. Really gets you into music stuff. Even if you're not a big music guy, you'll like that movie. It's a good coming-of-age story. Movie that's still in its wrapper, and actually the theme of the day, shirt-wise. We have Scream. Scream is such a good movie. Love the movie. It absolutely, it redefined horror movies, and it's actually probably one of my favorite. It's my favorite slasher movie, but it's also a really good horror movie. Next is one of my favorite westerns, and that is The Searchers. John Wayne. This movie is absolutely great. I love the story it tells. It's kind of like Taken, if you really think about it. Next, we have Selma. This is a story with David Oyelowo, which they kind of get into the heart of Martin Luther King, that he wasn't a perfect man. He wasn't this godlike figure that people think he is. He did have flaws. Next, I have Serenity. Serenity's great. I mean, it's a continuation of Firefly. They got the right to do the movie. It didn't do good at the box office. It's probably why I will never see it again. But I remember hearing things when Disney bought Fox that we were going to see some more Firefly stuff. So maybe we'll see that one day. Next we have Hugo. This is a Marty Scorsese movie. It feels more Steven Spielberg to me than Marty Scorsese, but still very good. Next I have How to Train Your Dragon and How to Train Your Dragon 2. I don't have How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Don't know why, just don't have it. Need to buy it. Next I have Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. These movies are great. I like Hot Fuzz more than Shaun of the Dead. It's just fun. I watch that movie at least once a year. Next, I have the Hobbit movies. Here's the third Hobbit movie. We have Hobbit: The Unexpected Journey, Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug, and then we have the Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies. None of the movies that I really consider great movies, but you know it is what it is. Next, we have Heat. This was actually the second movie really with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, because in the movie technically, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. When they show up in the first time in Godfather Part 2, they never share a scene together. In this movie, they're in the movie together. They're playing opposite force. De Niro is the criminal. Pacino's the cop. And that diner scene. Ugh, diner scene is so good. Next, we have Hell or High Water. Great movie. It's like a modern-day Western. It's a Taylor Sheridan story, which, you know, Taylor Sheridan has gotten all big with Yellowstone, but I like his older movies like these more than Yellowstone stuff. Next is Hitman's Bodyguard. It's fine. It's Ryan Reynolds and Sam Jackson. They're bodyguard. He's a hitman's bodyguard. Next, we have another Tarantino movie, and that's The Hateful Eight. Love this movie. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's a good little Western. It reminds me a lot of Reservoir Dogs. Next, I have the Blu-ray of Harry Potter. This was my Star Wars growing up, along with Star Wars with me growing up. But I read the books. I love the books. I love the stories they tell. And yeah, Harry Potter is absolutely one people should check out. I mean, that's probably pretty stupid because pretty much a lot of people have seen those movies. Next, we have The Fighter. The Fighter, great movie, good boxing movie. Christian Bale stole an Oscar from Mark Wahlberg, but it's a good movie. Fargo, this is a movie I haven't watched. This is a Coen Brothers film. I hear it's really good. I would definitely need to check that out one day. Next, I have Fast 5. This is my favorite Fast and the Furious movie. This movie's dumb, and it's not so convoluted like later Fast and the Furious movies, so this is one I actually recommend checking out. Next, we have Fantastic Beasts and The Crimes of Grindelwald, and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I actually enjoy both of these movies. I will never buy the third one. The series is dead now, so that's kind of sad, but it's fine. End of Watch, another good Jake Gyllenhaal movie. It's a found footage movie. Jake Gyllenhaal's great, and so is Michael Pena. This is a movie that's really good if you haven't checked it out. Next, I have Edge of 17. It's Haley Steinfeld, Woody Harrelson. It's a good movie. Good coming-of-age movie, and very good. Next, I have Die Hard with a Vengeance. This is such a good movie. I like the original Die Hard because it's such a great Christmas movie. But Die Hard with a Vengeance is such a good movie, and it's also cool seeing Sam Jackson in there as Seuss. The Dirty Dozen is another movie that I got for my brother for Christmas a few years ago, and I haven't watched it. I need to watch it because I hear it's good. District 9 is another movie I have not checked out yet. I hear I would love it because it's a great sci-fi, and I'll watch it one day. Django Unchained is a great Western. Very, if you don't like cussing, this is not a movie for you because, man, it is good. Doctor Strange. This movie is great. I absolutely love Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch is awesome. And it's a movie that's grown on me. And I was like, oh, I'm ready for the second one. Then the second one, I was like, it's not that good. Next, I have Don John. Don John is a guy, he's basically obsessed with watching porn. Thinks watching porn is better than actual sex. Scarlett Johansson, like, she's really hot in this movie, and she does some really good things in this movie. And also, it's directed by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and it's really, actually a really good movie. Next, I have Dunkirk. This is a movie I've only watched once, and it's Christopher Nolan, and I think it's really good. I need to go back and check it out. So now I have Dexter, the first season. I don't know why I have the first season. I think I picked it up, and I was like, oh, sure, why not? And I don't know if I'll ever... I think the first season is definitely the best season of it. But, yeah, it's a good one. Next, I have Die Hard. Die Hard is one of the best Christmas movies. A movie we have to watch every Christmas because we have to remember our heroes that protects us from Hans Gruber and Shoot the Glass. It's such a good one. The first season of Star Wars Rebels, I just talked about it, don't need to talk about it anymore. So now I have the Steelbook of Star Wars The Force Awakens. Man, Star Wars Force Awakens at the time, what a great movie. Going back and after you watch the next two movies, you're like, that's a movie. Last Jedi, I think Last Jedi has promises of being a potential of being a good Star Wars movie. And maybe in another 5-10 years, like the prequels, I will like it. I don't see myself saying that about Episode 9. And I have Episode 9, but I've let someone borrow it, and I've never gotten it back, which I'm kind of okay with. Okay, next we got Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is it's not really a biopic because it really takes place during 3 different press conferences with Michael Fassbender as Steve Jobs. And I like how it's each style of the film it's also an Aaron Sorkin story. I haven't seen a lot of Aaron Sorkin stories lately. That makes me sad. The Sting, which is another good movie that I haven't seen, but it's Paul Newman, Robert Redford. I love those two. I mean, I love that. The other one is Straight Up Compton. This movie I remember seeing in theaters, and I actually really enjoyed it. I think it's a very good movie. I would definitely watch it again. Next is Superman the movie. Superman the movie is, I mean, without it, it is one of the first big successful superhero movies, and Superman the movie is pretty good. I mean, I remember the tagline of the movie is, "You will believe a man will fly." This is a movie that was given to me by Randy Cage because I believe he got the 4K upgrade of it, and that's Tangled. Tangled's a good Disney movie. It helped lead the revival of Disney animations. I think we're going back down the stinker hole right now with Disney movies, but, it's fine. Take it. I mean, I think I watched a lot of this movie on repeat during vacation because it was playing on TV when I was out in Florida. But I mean, you'll know who I am. But what I do have is a particular set of skills that makes me a nightmare for people like you. Such a good one. The original Terminator, which is kind of like a horror movie if you really think about it. It's such a good movie, and if you haven't checked that one out, check it out. And Terminator 2 still holds up to this day. Absolutely love this movie. It's a movie I need to watch again because it's such a good one. Next, I have The Theory of Everything. This is Eddie Redmayne starring as Stephen Hawking, and about his relationship and how he ends up in the chair. Very, very sad story, but you know, it didn't really stop him doing what he had to do for the world. Next, I have Thor, the 3-movie collection of Thor, The Dark World, and Thor Ragnarok. Those movies are fun. The first one's good. Ragnarok's awesome. Thor 2 sucks. I'll never watch Thor 2. Another James Bond movie that I own, and that's Thunderball. I actually haven't seen Thunderball. This is one I probably should watch. Next is Titanic. You know, there was enough room on that door for 2 people, Rose. I'm just saying. James Cameron, I mean, absolute masterpiece of a movie. Next, I have the original Top Gun. I bought this last year at Best Buy, and it's in the 4K. And I want to see how it looks on 4K, because I think it'll be awesome. And speaking of Top Gun, this is one of the movies I just bought on my Black Friday shopping this year, and that is Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick is awesome. Toy Story 3, this movie made me cry when I saw it. I mean, man. And childhood, I mean, because when I was going to college when Toy Story 3 came out. I mean, I feel like I came full circles with Toy Story 3. The Town, such a good Ben Affleck movie, heist movie, really cool Boston movie. It makes you want to go to Boston for some reason. Training Day, I hear this movie's good. I know Denzel Washington won an Oscar. I have not seen this movie. I need to check it out. Troy, the director's cut. I love Troy. It's not it's not the best movie in the world, but I love that. I love the Iliad and I love the Odyssey, and it's a good story. True Grit. I've not seen this version of True Grit. I've seen the remake made by the Coen brothers. I hear the original's better. I'll check it out one day. Walk the Line, Walking Phoenix, Reese Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon won an Oscar for this movie, but I love Johnny Cash. This is probably one of the reasons I like Johnny Cash. Because I really didn't know much about him. Valkyrie, Bryan Singer movie, Tom Cruise. I mean, such a good movie about them trying to kill Hitler. Upgrade's good movie. It's a Blumhouse movie. It feels like Terminator, and then it hits that mark in that movie. Unknown is really good. I really like this movie. Next, we got Unforgiven. Unforgiven is one of the best top 5 Western movies ever made. I mean, really kind of changed the way Westerns were. Like, it was really the last Western movie, and it kind of goes against all Western types, which is really, really cool. Next, we have Wall Street. I haven't seen this movie, but, Greed is good. That's what it says on Blu-ray. Next, I have a 3-movie collection. I have V for Vendetta, Watchmen, and Constantine. I've actually only seen... I have seen Watchmen. I've seen bits and pieces of it. And I've seen V for Vendetta. I haven't seen Constantine. I hear Constantine's pretty good. Maybe I'll check it out one day. Warcraft. I've actually just rewatched this movie for some reason. It's fine. War for the Planet of the Apes, the last of the Bryan Singer movies, the last of the Caesar trilogy of Apes movies. Great movie. Next, we got Warrior. Warrior's awesome. It's just such a good movie. Very similar to how Rocky was so successful back in the day. Okay. Next, we got Wedding Crashers. Wedding Crashers is such a good movie. Very funny. Will Ferrell's scene in the movie is great as well. West Side Story. This is the original West Side Story. I mean, such a good movie. I mean, it's Romeo and Juliet, for God's sakes. Next, we got The Wind Rises. The Wind Rises is such a good movie. I really recommend you checking it out because, I mean, it's very interesting. It's Miyazaki's last movie until he makes another movie, which just came out, which I haven't seen yet, but I really do need to watch it because I really do enjoy Miyazaki films. I need to own... The one I really do need to own is Spirited Away because I absolutely love that movie. A movie I've watched recently, I think last year, was I Love You Man. It's just such a good little rom-com movie. It's a very easy watch. Wind River is another Taylor Sheridan story. He directed the movie as well, and it's great. Check it out. The Illusionist, not that good. I don't know why I own it. The Imitation Game, this is about the guy who came up with the first computer to help crack Nazi code during World War II for the British. And you know why the Apple, Apple phone has a bite out of Apple? You might want to look up this guy. Inception is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is a movie that, just like Fight Club, this is a movie that's very important to how I view movies. Ip Man is great. Check it out. It's great kung fu action movies. Check it out. Interstellar is great. Love sci-fi movies and Christopher Nolan. It's not the best movie. It gets a little complicated at times, but still pretty good. Internship, it's not the best movie, but I enjoy it. Inglourious Basterds is another Quentin Tarantino movie. We're here to kill some Nazis, and good little film. Next, I got Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. One of the greatest action movies ever made. It's such a fun movie. The boulder scene is one of the most iconic parts of the movie. Temple of Doom, it's okay. And Last Crusade, this is my favorite version just because I love seeing, what's his name? James Bond, Sean Connery in the movie. He's just great. The Iron Giant, this is an animated movie that makes me cry every time I watch it. It's just such a beautiful movie. You go, you stay, I go. Jaws, this movie is one of my favorite horror movies. I know a lot of people are like, horror movie? It's not a horror movie. It's a horror movie. Next, we have John Wick. The first John Wick is awesome. Just bloody action that it's hard to beat. John Wick 2 is also a very good movie. Not as good as the first one. John Wick Chapter 3 is really awesome as well. Paravillium, I don't really remember why it's called Terralium, but sure. Part 3 is pretty cool too. And I own Part 4 as well because I love these movies. I want to go back and watch them all back to back to back just to see how much fun they would be. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. I haven't seen the second one, but I really did like the first Jumanji movie. It was very enjoyable. Jumper, this is a guilty pleasure movie. It's very stupid, but I do really like it. The Jungle Book, this is one I just recently bought, and I have to say, it is very good. I haven't watched it since I saw it in theaters, but the visual effects was good. It's one I like better than the original. The only Jurassic Park in my mind, and that is the original Jurassic Park. The movie's phenomenal. It's incredible. It makes you believe dinosaurs are alive. Another movie I just recently bought, and that is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Next, I have The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz, this is one of my mom's favorite movies of all time. Don't remember why, but it's a movie I need to watch again. And I remember when the movie goes from black and white to color, it's like movie magic. Another steelbook I own, and that is The Wolf of Wall Street. I love The Wolf of Wall Street. Great movie. Check it out. Next, I got The Wolverine. I like The Wolverine. It's a good movie. Check it out. Alright. Next, I got Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's great. This is one of the movies that DC might get their act together. I was wrong. Next, I have The World Is Not Enough. I haven't seen this James Bond movie. I hear it's not the best, but I want to collect all the James Bond movies, even though they're not good. Next, I have X-Men 2, X-Men Ignited. This is a good X-Men movie. Really, really good one. X-Men First Class. This was a Matthew Vaughn X-Men movie, and really, for me, really proved what you could do when Bryan Singer was involved. I like the Bryan Singer ones, but I like X-Men First Class. It's probably one of my favorite ones, just because I love that Cuban Missile Crisis 60s era history. Next, I have Days of Future Past. I really like Days of Future Past. It's a good one. Next, I got The Karate Kid. Karate Kid's good. It's such a good little sports movie. Check it out if you've not checked it out. Next, I got Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass? It kicks ass. Next, I have the Kill Bill movies. Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. Good movies. Next, I have King's Speech. Cool movie. Good story. Colin Firth and Gregory Rush are absolutely great in it. Next, I have the director's cut of Kingdom of Heaven. I really like Kingdom of Heaven. It's such a good movie. Next, I have Kingsman: The Secret Service. Really, really cool movie. Really recommend checking it out. Next, I have Kibo and the Two Strings. It's such a good animation film, made by Leica, which is stop motion animation. It's good. Michael Fassbender and I believe it's Charlize Theron. Yeah, it is Charlize Theron. I'm looking at it right here. She's great in it. Kung Fu Panda 2. It's great. I mean, I like the first one and the second one. Third one's alright. La La Land. I remember loving La La Land when the first trailers came out. Saw the movie. I've seen the movie a bunch of times. I'm a sucker for those kind of movies, though. Next, I have the last Naruto movie. This is a kind of in between the anime. Really good one. Check it out. Letters from Iwo Jima. Good. It's a good little movie. It's a movie that tells the story of the Battle of Iwo Jima from the Japanese perspective, and that's all history is perspective. Limitless. I mean, I wish I had this pill, but wouldn't die from it because I could totally use 100% of my brain. Lincoln. It's very, very good movie. Daniel Day-Lewis kills it as Abraham Lincoln. I mean, I think Steven Spielberg really just went back in time and filmed Abraham Lincoln because it's absolutely phenomenal. Now I have The Lincoln Lawyer, another Lincoln movie, I guess. This movie's good. It's a good little lawyer movie, and they made a series out of it, but I haven't seen that. I heard it's good. I don't know if I'll ever watch it. Next, I have The Lion King on Blu-ray. I love The Lion King. It's one of those movies that I absolutely enjoy. Next is Live, Die, Repeat, or The Edge of Tomorrow. This movie's fun. It's Groundhog's Day. It's action. It's funny. Tom Cruise is great. Love that movie. Logan. This movie is good. It's not my favorite X-Men movie, but I get why people love it so much. Next, I have Lone Survivor. This is a movie I haven't seen, but I hear it's amazing. Next, I have Looper. Looper's great. If you haven't seen Looper, check it out. It's good. Next, I have Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. This is my favorite movie trilogy of all time because I absolutely love this movie. Next, I have another movie collection. That's Back to the Future. Back to the Future. It's great. I don't know what more to say about it. It's awesome. I mean, it's Back to the Future. Next, I got Mad Max Fury Road. Such a good movie. Next, I have Bohemian Rhapsody, which is a biopic on Queen and Freddie Mercury. Didn't know all the stuff about Freddie Mercury before I saw the movie, but it's very, very good. Next, I have Bad Boys for Life, the only Bad Boys movie I own, and the only one I'll ever want to own because I don't like the first two, and this one's pretty good, actually. It made my top 10 that year because of COVID. Next, I have the Batman, the original Batman by crap, what's that guy's name? Director I don't really care for. Forget what his name is. But one thing I really do like about this is a recent one too. It's a comic book. Like, you see all this stuff. So you see like the art stuff in there, and you just don't see that. This is where you get away from when you don't have movies in physical media. Speaking of Batman, I also have Batman, the complete animated series. I love to watch. I really like that. Next, I have Batman Begins. Love Batman Begins, the first of the Dark Knight trilogy. Such a good one. Next, I have both Blade Runner movies. I have Blade Runner and Blade Runner Part 2. Blade Runner 2049. I like 2049 better. I think it's a better movie, but both are really good. Next, I have Blade. This is the first Blade. I need to get the other two Blades. Well, actually, Blade 2, because I've actually never seen the first Blade. As you can tell, it's still in its plastic wrap, but, you know, it's fine. Next, I have Baby Driver. I've just watched this movie recently. Still a good movie. It's crazy how they digitally got Kevin Spacey out in that movie. Next, we have The Aviator, another Marty Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Awesome movie. Next, I have my Avenger movies that I own. I have the first Avengers, which is a movie that took a lot of chances. Avengers: Infinity War, which is awesome, which is, I think, the Empire Strikes Back of the Marvel movies. And Endgame, it's good, not as good as Infinity War was. Another Marvel movie is Captain America: Civil War. Cool Marvel movie, great action, love it. Dune. This was a movie that I absolutely love, directed by one of my favorite directors right now, Denis Villeneuve, who I'm looking forward to part 2. Should have been out already, but damn actor and director strike, or a writer strike. I get it, but they still release a movie. I would be suffering for not having no content and not have movies at all. Next, I have Avatar, the anime series. I love Avatar. I'm curious to see what the Netflix adaptation is going to be next year. And speaking of the Avatar that people like, but not as much as the original Avatar, we have Blue Alien Avatar. And I'm just kidding. People love that Avatar, but you know, I like the Airbender. But I just recently watched that movie, and I saw the second one in theaters, and I like them. I don't own part 2 yet, but I will own it one day. Next, I got Black Panther. Black Panther's awesome. I mean, Wakanda forever! Next, I have The Big Lebowski, which is another cool little Blu-ray. It has like a little book and everything. I mean, this movie's iconic. I mean, Cohen's brother, he says like, Walter, we have rules. He said, over the line! Drive, never seen it, heard it's good. Dread, I mean, I just recently watched this movie, and I have to say, it was actually a really good movie. Judgment Time. Next I have Dragon Age Dawn of the Seeker. This was an anime film. I love Dragon Age, and this was one of those I bought. I was like, sure, why not? Next, I got Big. This was when Tom Hanks, he's a kid, grows up to becomes Tom Hanks, and it's Tom Hanks in a kid's body, basically, and it's a really good movie. One of my favorite Disney animation films, and that is Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is absolutely terrific. One of my favorite animation films. Great story. Yeah. Next, I have Austin Powers, the collection. I just recently bought these movies, and you know, I haven't seen these movies since I was really younger, and I know they're a parody of James Bond, but it's one of those I probably should check out. Next, I have The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. It's a very slow Western movie, but you know, it's not bad. Next, we got Arrow season. I believe this is season second season, because the second season Arrow is amazing. Next, I have Arrival, which is another Denis Villeneuve movie. It was actually my favorite movie. I believe this was 2016. Yeah, because 2017 was Blade Runner 24 was my favorite movie. 2 years in a row with Denis Villeneuve being my favorite director of the year. So yeah, Arrival's great. I mean, it's such a cool sci-fi. Check it out. Next, I have Argo. I mean, Dargo F yourself. Why not? It's such a cool movie. I've watched that movie a lot. Next, I have The Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, it's amazing. I wish that we could have seen a little more. I didn't like Spider-Man. I didn't like Amazing Spider-Man 2 as much, but it was still fine. Next, I have Apocalypse Now. This was a movie I was very underwhelmed when I saw it originally. It's a movie I definitely need to go back and watch again. Next, I have Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. This is a good movie. It's Stanley Kubrick. I actually really like the movie. It's very funny, but it's got George C. Scott in the movie. Peter Sellers, who plays multiple characters in the movie. It's a very good one. Next, I have the Matt Reeves, love that guy, as I've said before, Batman movie. This movie is absolutely amazing. If you've not seen Batman, check it out. As all my movies are tumbling down. That's what happens when you have so many movies. Next, we got Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. The Ultimate Edition is better than the original edition, but it's okay. Next, we have Apollo 13. This movie's great. Tom Hanks, Ron Howard directed. Cool movie. We have the Mad Max collection. Fury Road is my favorite of the Mad Max movies. But I do like Mad Max 2, and the first one's not bad. I also have the first season of Mad Men. Mad Men is a good show. I think it's on Apple right now. I didn't know that was out there. Next, I have the original Magnificent Seven. It's good. Next, I have the remake of Magnificent Seven. It's good too. Next, I have Man of Steel. Man of Steel, love this movie. I've seen the movie more times than people probably should, but it's such a good one. Next, we have Malcolm X. This tells the biopic of Malcolm X. He was robbing an Oscar that year, but, you know, it's fine. He got it for Training Day because those movies are just as good as each other. Next, we have the Man with No Name trilogy, and that comes with Fistful of Dollars. It comes with A Few Dollars More, and it comes with The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Love all three of those movies. I like Fistful of Dollars because it's a remake of Yojimbo, but they're all good. Next, I have Anchorman, one of my favorite Will Ferrell movies. I mean, if you haven't seen that, I mean, it's very quotable, and I get it. So, next I have Akira, which is another anime movie I had not seen, but it's one of those I need to watch because it's very iconic. Next, I have The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, which is such a good movie and still holds relevance to today. John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, directed by the legendary John Ford. Such a good one. Next, I have The Martian. This is such a good movie. I really highly recommend you check it out because it's also one of the funniest movies that came out that year. Check that one out. Next, I have the series Sherlock. This is a recent buy I got from, I believe I got this on Amazon. But I love Sherlock. The series is great, and I just actually rewatched the first episode, and it looks great. Next, we have another James Bond movie. I think this might be my last one. I don't know. Dr. No, which is the first James Bond movie, so you have to own that one. Next, I have The Breakfast Club. I mean, what more iconic movie can you think of than The Breakfast Club? Next, we got Braveheart. Braveheart, one of my favorite movies of all time. The action scenes, Mel Gibson just kills it. He kills it with his eyes. The eyes are just so good. Next, we have some of the Bourne movies. We have Bourne Identity. We have Bourne Supremacy. And then we have Bourne Ultimatum. I heard rumors that we're getting another one. I'd be down for that. Because, I like those. I didn't like the fourth one, which is why I don't own it. But, it's fine. Next, I have the Captain America movies. I have Captain America, The Winter Soldier. I'm giving these out wrong order, but it's fine. Next, we have the First Avenger and I've already talked about Civil War. I forgot about that. Those movies are great. I love Captain America. First one's great. Second one's good. Second one's actually probably one of my favorite MCU movies. Next, we got Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Such a good Western. I love that movie. It's just such a good Western. Paul Newman and Robert Redford just made to make movies together. Next, I got Bumblebee. This is a cool movie. It's really, for me, the best Transformers movie. I did like the one that came out this year, but not as much as Bumblebee. Next, I have Bridesmaids. Very funny movie. Really highly recommend checking it out. Next, I have Breakfast at Tiffany's. Not the best movie in the world, but it is a very historically. I don't feel like I could have a Blu-ray collection without having some of these films. All right, next I have Adjustment Bureau. This is a tiny, whiny movie with Matt Damon and a young Emily Blunt, kind of young, I guess. She's so good in this movie. So is he. I like the premise of the movie. Really just comes out with the hats they wear. And Anthony Mackie's in it, too. Next, I have 500 Days of Summer. Cool little rom-com movie. Really enjoy it. Very good. Mark Webb, I think it's what got him Amazing Spider-Man. 1917 is one of the best war movies ever made. Really highly recommend checking out 1917. Next, we have The 40-Year-Old Virgin. This is such a funny movie. Judd Apatow movie. Steve Carell, he owes his career to this movie. Next, I have both the Jump Street movies of 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. I like 21 better. I've actually only seen 22 once. And the last two movies, I'm actually done. I got 12 Monkeys, which was Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt. He goes back in time to try to save the world. Don't know if he succeeds or not. And then 13 Hours, The Secret of Benghazi. One of my favorite... director I don't like. Hold on, let's see what his name is. Michael Bay. Yeah, Michael Bay. But it's fine. So guys, that's my Blu-ray collection 2023 update. It's fun doing this. I'm not looking forward to putting these movies back on my Blu-ray shelf, but it's fine. It's cool to give an update of where I've gone from 2022 to 2023, and I plan on doing this every year until there's no more physical media, and we just cry, and I just look at my Blu-ray collection and I'll be like, we made it. You will never add any more brothers and sisters to your collections. That'll be very sad. So guys, that's it. Stay tuned for more videos for the rest of the year. This is the first of many videos for the end of the year. I'll Me and Randy Cage will collaborate to do our top 10 movie of the year, our top 10 TV shows of the year, top 10 anticipated movies for next year. So there's a lot of cool videos coming out at the end of the year to really get hyped up. So guys, that's all I have to say for my Blu-ray collection. So guys, what's your favorite movie that I talked about? What's a movie that you own that you didn't own, or what movie you own? Whatever that is, comment below, let me know. And guys, if you'd like the video, click the thumbs up button, subscribe to me more, and tell your friends about Easy Nation. All too easy.